Hello and welcome to the first lesson in this unit, Stages of a Relationship. We're going to be talking all about what's the first stage? Lust/romance. So, what is this stage? So this is the first stage of many relationships. Not all relationships go through these stages, but I think that most of them do. And if you watch movies and media, you're gonna see this stage. Basically, like every movie, like a lot of media, all the pictures that you see when you search love, okay, they're all showing this stage, which I think is really bad because a lot of people think that this is the only stage there is to building a great relationship, and then they're gonna move from this stage to the next stage, guys, because stages are temporary. Okay, you gotta move between the stages. You can move back to stages, but you gotta, you want to move from one point to the next. The goal is to get to the last stage if you want to build this long-lasting relationship, okay? People are going to move out of the stage and they're going to think, am I doing something wrong? This is not the pictures that I see online. Am I doing something wrong? And they're going to end the relationship at the end of this stage, and that's not okay, guys. That's like, congratulations, you made it out of the stage. You didn't have to end it. It's just part of building the relationship. We're going to talk a lot about communication too as we go through these stages. But let's begin with this stage, lust/romance. Okay. Lust/romance is the stage of a relationship when you just meet the other person, okay? And you're starting to get feelings for them. And you feel like everything is just like hormones are going crazy. You would do anything for this person. You would give the world for them. You can't stop thinking about them. You feel like a deep and like very strong attraction to them. You think you met your soulmate. You think that they're your everything, okay? Lust/romance. Like, you can't stop thinking about them. You want to be with them all the time. Every time you're with them, you feel like you're on the top of the world, okay? And you just feel amazing, like you're on, like, in the clouds, okay? This is lust/romance. It's also where we try really, really, really hard to court the partner, to get them. Sometimes this will fade in the future, but this is like what we see in the movies. Okay, what's going on in this stage? So, emotions. Okay, emotions are based on hormones and neurotransmitters, which affect the way that we see and perceive the world. And we call emotions feelings because we feel them in our bodies. Now, our emotions and our hormones, guys, only work like relative to their previous concentration. This is really, really important. So if you have a very high concentration of a hormone, a lot of it in your body is going to adjust to it, and then it's not going to be as effective in the future. Okay? So for example, if you meet somebody and you think they're the one for you, they're your soulmate, your feelings of like love and belonging go from like this, and then all of a sudden they like explode all at the beginning. And that change in concentration, guys, the change in hormone is what we're looking for. When there's a big change, there's a lot of it in our body, but our body isn't used to having so much of that. It's going to make really, really strong emotions. Okay, hormones, emotions, feelings. Okay, it's going to make really strong feelings at the beginning. This is a really big part of the lust romance phase for the first few months, even up to the first years, okay, of the relationship. What's happening, guys, what's going to happen over time is you're going to get used to this feeling. You're going to get used to the sensation, to the person, and the concentration isn't changing so much. It's going up, up, up. Eventually, it's going to like plateau. And once it plateaus, there's no big change in concentration anymore. The feelings, okay, less hormones, less emotions, less feelings. Those intense feelings are going to disappear. Maybe not completely disappear, but they're going to go down a lot. Now, a lot of us don't expect this, guys. We don't expect it because we look in the media and we see everyone going through this intense feelings, and we think, oh, I don't have such strong feelings for my partner anymore, like I did at the beginning. Does that mean that I'm doing something wrong? No, guys, it doesn't mean that you're doing something wrong. This is like, if there's one thing in this course that's so important, it's to take this lesson. You're not doing something wrong. This is part of life, okay? This maybe should have gone in the first unit on biggest misconceptions. This is like maybe the biggest misconception about love, okay? This is just part of life. That's so important that we recognize this. Because with it, it can take us to stage 2. Let's talk about lust/romance a little bit more, guys. Intense feelings, okay? Like, can't stop thinking about them. Like, always want to be with them, feel exhilarated when we're with them. This, what does it have to do with? Maybe I think it goes back to what we talked about in the last unit on the importance of connection, feeling acceptance and belonging. Remember, when humans were living in harems before civilization, connection meant everything, guys. If you weren't part of the community, you didn't make it. And I think these genes that influenced our behavior so much to make us need to connect are still with us today, and still so important, guys, because we need to connect for a whole bunch of like things to work for us, okay? Like, people who are connected feel good and they live longer too. And in John Gottman's book, The 7 Principles for Making Marriage Work, healthy couples and healthy and strong relationships live 4 years longer on average than couples who aren't in healthy and strong relationships. John Gottman goes so much to say that helping to build, working on your relationship may be more beneficial to your health than working out at the gym. That's huge, huge. Okay? It's so important to recognize, though, that they fade, okay? These hormones fade with time because they work on changes in concentration. So we have the big rush at the beginning. And then when it changes, when it stays the same, it's going to fade a bit. And we need to find a way now to actually build long-lasting true value with our partner. Because the initial lust phase, guys, these hormones are largely based maybe on genetic needs to feel connected. A lot of the times we're actually projecting onto our partner what we think they are. We think that they're like, an angel, the most amazing thing in the universe, our soulmate, our everything, that they're going to save us from all the problems we've ever had in our life. And then the hormones start to fade and we get to the next phase. So join me in the next lesson where we talk about the next stage of a relationship struggle, which is really, really beautiful and important, and that virtually all relationships go through, I think. So please join me in the next lesson and we'll continue through our relationship stages. Thank you so much for joining me.